are new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Today we are going to be doing this cut out design on a Saints themed cake. So before we get started, please make sure you're subscribed, leave me a cake in the comment, and like this video. Let's get into it. I started off by crumb coating my cake. I did a 7-inch 3-layer cake and I wrapped it in parchment papers and used toothpicks to hold it shut. Then I'm going to take a Sharpie and kind of draw out where I want my cutout design to be, how big I want it to be, placement, if I want it to be straight or swirly, those type of things. This is where you're going to map that out at. I have some $100 wafer papers that I got off of Amazon, and I'm going to take them and cut them into pieces. I think most of them I only cut once, some of them I cut twice. Now I am going to cut out the strip of parchment paper that I drew my stencil that I want on my cutout design. I did pick it to be straight, so we're just going to cut out our however you want your stencil for your cutout to be. After taking my cake from the refrigerator, I'm going to place a layer of buttercream around the cake so that I can start to place the $100 wafer papers onto the cake, and it kind of like helps it stick a little bit more. Once I put the second one down, you're going to see that it is lifting. It's not going to lay flat because it has nothing to stick to. If you want that design, that's fine. Continue to do it that way. But if you would like it to lay flat like I do, I'm going to use some piping gel and a little painting brush. And I am going to basically use the piping gel as glue and stick them together along the cake. So anywhere where I want my wafer papers to lay flat, I am going to put down piping gel and kind of paint those edges flat. I did that process around the whole cake, and this is me basically coming to an end, and I'm going to be putting down that last strip right there. And now I'm looking at it, and I noticed that I want some of the $100 in the face, the president face. I want those things on the cake, so I'm going to cut some more strips up, and I'm going to just place them where I want them to overlay, just to give it some more detail. And now I am going to take some toothpicks and place them into the side of the cake. Remember to always count how many you use, and also remember to remove how many you put in so that they're not left in the cake. But you're just going to place this piece of parchment paper that you cut out as your layout, and you're going to place it along the cake where you would like your design to go. I am going to use this time to ask you to make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you are liking this video if you enjoyed the content, and leaving me a comment down below. Even if you just want to leave me a cake in the comments, leave me a comment down below. If you are in New Orleans or any surrounding areas and you are looking to purchase a custom cake, I'm going to add my Instagram on the screen. You can message me there. You can also order custom cake toppers. If you would like, even if you're not in the city of New Orleans for the cake toppers, I can mail cake toppers out. So if you are interested in purchasing either of those, send me a message on Instagram. Since my parchment paper was not long enough, I am going to be connecting 2 pieces of parchment paper. So I have 2 toothpicks that I am going to stick into this side of the cake, and I am just going to stick it to the other as far as it goes. I believe I still needed a little bit more, so I took a piece of parchment paper and I took some piping gel and I kind of just stuck it to the cake like that instead of pulling out more toothpicks. That was. Now I am going to take some black buttercream in a piping bag just with the tip cut off, and I am going to put my buttercream on as I would my regular cake. I'm just not going to focus so much on where my cutout is going to be. You do also want to make sure you apply a thick enough layer of buttercream to where like the cutout actually shows. So just be mindful of that as well. From here, you would just scrape down your cake normal until smooth or as smooth as you would like it to be. If you would like a video on how I smoothen out my cakes, then comment that down below. Now we are going to take some tweezers and pull up the parchment paper, remembering that our cake is fresh from the refrigerator and that our buttercream is solid, so it's not going to smudge. Just pull it up. Also remember to remove the toothpicks. And that is how I did the cutout design for this cake. I did decorate the cake with a top and bottom shell boarding using my piping tip 4B and some cake toppers that I made with my Cricut. As you can see, I had to replace my Houdat. Then I took a gold luster dust powder and a high proof vodka, and I used it to paint on like a shimmery gold over the black. I felt like it just gave it more detail, and it was for the saints, so it had to be black and gold. And that is how I did the cutout design with a saints themed cake. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you are subscribed to my channel, leave me a cake in the comments, and like this video. If you're in New Orleans, book me. See y'all next time.